It started on an early spring afternoon while I was playing volleyball. We were on an outdoor court at the Terra Center when somebody began shooting off fireworks. Sirens sounded and I heard a commotion inside the center. We stopped for a couple of minutes and looked at each other, and when nothing more happened, we resumed playing. I don't recall any more of the volleyball details, whether my side was winning or losing. I don't even remember whether it was a league game or just a couple of teams that we'd put together. All that disappeared in the turmoil that erupted that evening. We showered, and as soon as I got access to my link, I checked it to find out what was going on. We were informed that the research vehicle Columbia had discovered intelligent life. The only details were that they'd found a small town and that they'd seen the inhabitants, who were green-skinned. The town was a long way out. It was an exciting time. Real aliens. We were informed that plans already existed for a follow-up mission. I was excited, not only because of the discovery, but for another reason. Robbie Jo Renfro had been piloting the mission. I hadn't known anything about it, except that she'd been gone a long time. There wasn't much detail available about the flight. They'd named the place Corella 4, but released minimal other information. There was no data regarding the world's location. I tried doing a search for it, but I didn't know at the time that the name had been selected by McCann. Robbie Jo and I had been out of contact for a few years, but I hadn't been surprised when I'd seen her name listed as the mission's pilot. I remembered standing with her under a starlit sky when we were both about 12 years old. Robbie Jo asked me if I thought it ever ended, the sky. If it did, what was at the edge? Was there a wall of some sort? Her mom had told her no, that the universe wasn't like that space was skewered. That was the term she'd used. So it didn't come to a stop, it just became circular in a way that seemed impossible to understand. But if you went in one direction far enough, eventually you came in from the other side. And she recalled her refusal to believe it when her mom said it was pretty much all empty out there. Nobody home. Robbie Jo made it her lifetime goal to find someone, anyone, which was more or less how she eventually got caught up with the Columbia. And she'd made it happen. Good for her.